What is up, guys? Five Sounds here, and I'm finally back with this kind of video. I haven't done this video in a while. So today we're going to be doing my top 5 favorite plugins of 2022. So yeah, that's coming up right now. Okay, so let's just go right into it. So we got Ableton over here, and I got this little demo vocal over here just to test out these sort of things. So as you can see from the side here, we've got lead vocal sauce, fresh air, this piano plugin, which is probably one of my favorites. We got Raum, and we got span. So let's just start with this plugin called Raum. Now, if you watched my other video on this topic, Raum was one of my favorites. It's probably one of my most favorite reverbs, actually. I don't know what's good about it. I just really like this plugin. So if we open this plugin, if we will open. Okay, so this is what Raum looks like. It's by Native Instruments. It's a really good reverb plugin, as I already said before. So this is a vocal without Raum.
Tell me what don't make sense. I wish I could see in your head.
So now with the Raum plugin.
Tell me what went wrong.
So now that's a bit too much decay, so we're just going to turn that down a bit.
Tell me what went
Turn down the
wrong.
mix.
No, it don't make sense. I wish
I don't know,
I
this vocalist just sounds really good.
Tell me what went wrong. No, it don't make sense. I wish I could see in your head.
And then you can also do like a low cut, high cut, pre-delay, feedback, and yeah, diffusion size, pretty much on a standard reverb plugin. It also includes factory presets for like a lot of different stuff. So you have a lot of stuff to play with over here for different kind of sources that you want. So yeah, that is my favorite reverb plugin of all time, Raum by Native Instruments. Okay, so this other plugin I have here is called Fresh Air. It is a really, really good high-end, it just adds a lot more high-end and sparkle to sounds that don't really have that. So I'm just going to use this vocal again to demonstrate this also. Okay, so this is what the Fresh Air plugin looks like. It's by Slate Digital, and this gets like a bunch of high-end. So we got some mid-air over here, and then some high air, which is like the really, really high end. This is kind of like the kind of, I don't know.
Tell me what went wrong. No, it don't make
So let's turn up the high air.
Tell me what went wrong. No, it don't make sense.
Do you notice the vocal is more clear? It has a lot more brightness to it.
Tell me what went wrong. No, it don't make sense. I wish I could see.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what it does. It just adds a bunch of high end to the sound.
Tell me what went wrong. No.
So you could go like 100% on both of them.
Tell me what went.
Bit too tinny. I wouldn't do that, but probably around these settings.
Tell me what went wrong. No, it don't make sense. I wish I could see in your head.
I think that would be a perfect kind of high end to it. You could do this with like a classic EQ like this, like just doing this, just cranking up the highs, but it might sound a bit tinny. You want that kind of mid-air and that vocal in there. So yeah, and you can also like link these together, so you just like change both of these like that. And of course you're gonna have presets. So yeah, that's Fresh Air by Slate Digital. It's a free plugin. I'll link all these plugins that I look at down in the description down below. So yeah. Okay, so the next plugin I got here, it's not really an external plugin, but it's from wholeloops.com, and it's called Lead Vocal Sauce. And this gets you pretty much all the effects you would need in one little plugin group. So you've got like the reverb, some compression, a low cut to add some brightness, and these things are all echoes. And so it's already pre-mapped. You can do a slap echo, a 1/8, a quarter note, or a half. And this is basically like a vocal mixing kind of plugin. It has all the plugins all in one. So this isn't really technically free. You have to pay for this. So yeah. So this is what it sounds like without it.
Tell me what went wrong. No, it don't make sense. I wish I could see in your head.
Now, if we turn this plugin on.
Tell me what went.
Yeah, I mean, you can hear it's kind of a bit more compress, the brightness is up. You can also adjust the low cut if you wanted.
Tell me went wrong.
Yeah, if this computer was good, it wouldn't be glitching like this, but
Tell me what.
and you can adjust the reverb too.
Tell me what went wrong. No, it.
You get it. And you can, yeah, and you also have echoes over here, so you can do like a 1/8,
Tell me
a half.
what went wrong. No, it.
Yeah, and you also have like a corner notes, 1/8, and a slap.
Tell me what went wrong.
It's basically using the audio and just like moving it like a couple milliseconds across. So yeah, and if you open this thing, you can kind of see everything that's going on. It's basically all these controls are mapped to like macro stuff. So yeah, this is pretty much like everything that's happening. Everything's going to be like a macro knob. You don't really have to adjust anything. You just kind of tweak these settings to your taste. So you got like the compress, you got the de-esser, the EQ, which is going to be applied to these two things. It's got some compression, some OTT on it, parallel compression there. And these are like the echoes that are on those, like the 1/2, the 1/8, the quarter notes and all that. And this is basically that reverb thing. So yeah, really helpful thing to make these like Ableton racks. So yeah, that's pretty much it for lead vocal sauce. So this next plugin over here is going to be a piano plugin, and it's called Piano V3 by Arturia. They make really, really good plugins. This one happens to be one of my favorite piano plugins. So this is the default preset it loads up with American Clean. One of my favorite presets is called this one. I don't really know this one, but like. It sounds really good, this one, and I'll demonstrate it with some chords, so I'll just go ahead and make those. Okay, so I just got these MIDI chords from Nico's mini pack, and this is how it sounds on that favorite preset that I had. Very emotional piano. Sounds really good. I've used it on a lot of songs of mine because I think it's just one of my favorite piano plugins. So let's look at our last plugin. Okay, so the last plugin I have is a free one. It's one of my favorites. It's a Spectrum Analyzer, and it's called Span. And you guys have probably heard of this plugin before. You usually drag it onto any track or something if you want to visualize the waveform. So if we expand this thing, this is what it's going to look like. And if we play this track, this is like an unreleased track of mine that I'm working on. And you can see all the details in this. So what you can also do is hit Control and left click on this thing while it's playing, and you can kind of hear different frequencies. And you can use the scroll wheel to kind of change how big the thing is. So. And of course, the highs are going to be in this area, the mids, and then the lows, and the sub would be around here. So if we go to the drop of this, so you can see there's a lot of high end to it. Might sound a bit too tinny, but if we go over here,
Take me back to the days in March. Fooling around, making out in your
you kind of get a lot of bass in that area. So yeah, it's very good to like check to see if you're really filling the frequency spectrum, because if you have a lot of bass in just one section and less of the highs, the mix is not going to sound that full and stuff. So you kind of want to fill everything in this frequency spectrum here and kind of make it like even, so it's not too much highs, not too much lows. So yeah. I also forgot to mention about this Span plugin. It also features a correlation meter right over here. It basically just tells you if something is in mono or like stereo, and also has your also you can, if you wanted to, you could change the colors and stuff to your liking. And then also it tells you your true peaks, if that's a focus. Yeah, you can tell your true peaks, your true peak clippings. This plugin's also like always on my master. So yeah, you can tell I use it. I use it pretty much every time just to reference like stuff on my master, because if things are too much on the highs or too much on the lows, and yeah, that's pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much the last plugin that I pretty much use on every single mix. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. All the links for these plugins will be down in the description down below. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, I'll be back soon with a new video.